Mr. Wayne Bennett, you can try and kill Talis Duncan, but he doesn't go down that easily. That man was struggling on 10 after about 50 minutes, and then he did exactly what he did last week, just in the centres this time, and scoring 2 tries in 3 minutes and got up to 50 real quick. I was sort of zoning out of that game. I didn't have Tommy Turbo and didn't have Jazz, who were like the 2 main guys I was fading, and Talis Duncan was struggling away. So I started doing my prep for this video, like not this video, I guess my buy planning in general. And then, yeah, Talis Duncan just went bang, bang. So awesome to see. The guy's incredible. He's probably coming out of my team next week, but he's done an immense job for me. Should make another, 30, 40K now. So just crazy stuff. That's the end of a hectic round, probably the hardest round of the year. If you're well prepared, you probably came out of that awesomely. Obviously, there was a bit of last-minute chaos, so you couldn't really prepare for that. But, yeah, I didn't necessarily avoid the carnage. Like, I had Talis Duncan in the centres. I lost Aitken. Obviously, had Kiraz like everyone else. Wanted Jack Bird, wanted Sagranis, and had to pivot there. But in the end, I came out of it really well. My team was prepped really well for this round. I had like a spare edge on the bench, so Aitken out didn't actually hurt me too much in the end. And Talis Duncan still produced a good score. And the centre choice I went with absolutely crushed it. So got super lucky with those, and also super lucky with that Eli Katoa trade last week. The only trade-off was Fainu for Savala this week, because I wouldn't have played Fainu, and he outscores him by like 19 or 20 in the end. So I netted about 100 points over the last week so far. Obviously, that is subject to change. It could get worse. It could get better. Like, I won't have Preston in my team, so we'll see how Katoa fares against him moving forward. But yeah, an absolutely insane swing for me, and that's one of the calls that I've got right. Not that it was a great call. Like, I had no dart, like nothing to go off, but it was a good swing for me. It was a good 50-50 that's gone my way, a massive one actually. So yeah, I moved up to 613th, which is pretty crazy. I didn't expect to move that high. I was 1,021st after last week, after like almost half in my ranking. If we just go back to like round 10, was it round 10 or 11? Maybe it was round 9 anyway. But yeah, I was like 8,000 or something ranked. Where is it? Maybe it was a bit before. Yeah, round 7, I guess. I was 8,638th. I've slowly climbed since then, and yeah, absolutely on fire at the moment. Yeah, it's just been mental. I did prepare well for these. I had trades saved, but yeah, I didn't expect to be this good. If you look at the trades left, so I got 4 trades left. I just did the math, says 624 teams with less trades, so like 0 to 3, and look at that, 182 teams, so 18.2% of the top 1,000 are out of trades, and another 138 have 1 left. So yeah, 624 teams have less trades than me, and then another 145 with the same amount. So I'm in a good position to strike forward. After this, the average is 270k in the bank. I probably have the most, or probably in the top 10 of most salary saved. I've got 906k. So yeah, I'm in an unbelievable spot. Obviously, anything can happen, but yeah, I should be moving up the ranks again over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I could have had an even better round. So I scored 766. I'll just refresh that to make sure the overall rank is the same. Yeah, that is, because I filmed this straight after the round finishes. But yeah, 766, the par was 701 or 716, depending on how you look at it. So you crushed that. But yeah, I could have done better. I could have got Mark Nwangani-Tawase or Tommy Turbo, which would have got me 40 or 50 points extra than getting King. You be the judge if that was the right call or not. I knew Tommy and Mark would probably score better than Ethan King. Like, I'm not delusional, but the process was, I brought in Dewey because there was no cash downs in centre, and I know I'm going to have to use another trade to offload him. If I got Nwangani-Tawase or Tommy Turbo, I need to use another trade on them as well. So like, that's 2 positions this round. That would be like 2 trades this round where I'm guaranteeing myself another 2 trades, which I just wasn't comfortable doing just for a bit of a net gain this round. So yeah, I went down to a cash down in Ethan King, who's going to serve my team well moving forward. Like, he'll stay in the team, and obviously it gives me that so much flexibility to just get whoever I want over the next couple of weeks. So aiming for Cleary and Herbie next week. I don't actually need Herbie looking at it, but I kind of want him just because I'm sick of fading him. So yeah, I'll see. Like, I can do literally whatever I want. I'll probably do some mid-round loop options. The Dolphins do play first, which sucks because I'd have to commit to him straight away. Whereas then I won't know if Haas is playing unless he's not named or something. But yeah, I'll probably do like 3 or 4 safety loops with all my keepers, and then hopefully 1 or 2 do poorly, and then I can bring in positions that I need there. But yeah, I bought an Ethan King. He only scored a 28, so I got 9 points by doing that. But it's a trade I would have had to make over the next couple of weeks anyway. And I mean, worst case, I was risking 19 points for whatever. Who knows the potential he could have scored. I do expect him to score, to update well. He got 28. I can't believe he didn't get the try assist for Tedesco's try. And also Teddy didn't get a line break there. So at minimum, you'd expect him to get an extra 2 for the line break assist. So yeah, obviously we're talking a small amount of points here, but he could get another 7 and then I'd probably be in the top 600. But yeah, overall stoked with that round. Yeah, not too much went wrong. Like Adam Dewey over Sasongi was the main call for me and got that one right. Latu Fainu over Savala, I guess I didn't have any input in that this week, but that was a plan I had when I traded him for Katoa. That went really well. I would have missed out on Latu's score. And he's only like 45% owned in the top teams. So I was surprised to see that. I thought it was actually going to be higher. So yeah, got lucky with that one. And yeah, no one really underperformed apart from Tarpanay, who was, like 75%-ish owned. Obviously, I would have liked Jed Stewart or Ethan King to do well, but they're both cash downs. Like a 28 at the end of the day isn't terrible there. The guys I didn't really care about, Garrick, Teddy, both did well. And the guys I did care about all did really well. Like Drinky with a 62, Adam Dewey, the most important, with a 56. Hughes is only like 50% owned. He got a 55. Katoa, 61. Like, yeah, I have nothing to complain about this week. I am down to 4 trades, so on the slim side, but looking at my buy planner or whatever, like however you want to call it now, because we're out of buys essentially, but I've got 13 keepers in my team with 2 cash downs. So that leaves 6 trades that I need to get to my final team, and I should be able to get that with my money in the bank. If you just want to look at it this way. Also, another thought process with Ethan King that I forgot to mention is we're only playing 13 next week, so I don't necessarily need to get someone more expensive. Like I have enough keepers anyway that I don't know what I'm trying to say. I can't remember, but like it just made more sense to get him in because I don't need to go for like a Tommy Turbo or Mark Nwangani Tuase, who obviously Tommy's out next week, but yeah, they just didn't help me at all. I've got pretty much a full team of keepers next week. I've got 11 out of my 12 current players plus 12 if Haas plays. That's 12 out of 13 keepers, and I'll have another one on the bench. So like, and the only non-keeper is Damien Cook, who should score at keeper level. So, yeah, I'm in a good spot for next week. I don't know. It just made sense to me. It's gross and it clearly didn't work with Mark scoring a 74, Tommy with like a 65 or whatever. But for me, moving forward, it's going to help me. I didn't need a push for points this round. I've used so many trades over the last couple of weeks pushing for points, and this one I knew I was probably sacrificing points, probably not as many as it worked out to be. Like if I knew they were going to score like that, then I would have got someone else in, like Nwangani Tuase or Tommy, probably Tommy. But yeah, I wasn't going to chase points upside in another trade because then my future team is going to be hampered. But now I've just got so much flexibility. I can make these 2 outstanding trades, in my opinion. Well, I don't like Duncan to Farnworth in a vacuum, but just like, because I'm not like, I don't want to pay 850k for a center, but I have the flexibility to now, and then I'll still have 431k left with 2 trades. Then my roaming guy and Adam Dewey, who potentially stays in my team if he's staying 5/8, because I don't know what Benji's going to do now, because Latu and Dewey looked incredible together. Then he goes up to Latrell, Cook to Watson, and these are guys just placeholders. Like I can get any keepers I want, really, obviously. But after those 4 trades, I still have 179k with 17 keepers in my team, with Jaden Brayley hopefully producing at keeper level scores as my 18th man. Then Latu Fainu as a roaming guy who I can just offload whenever I want. Hopefully he gets up to like 500k, and then I could go 1 cash down, like Latu Fainu cash down to a 230k bloke, and then Brayley up to whoever I want again. So I can easily get to 18 keepers in my team with 3 cash downs and probably 2 300k in the bank. So yeah, it might be too early to get off Talis Duncan. I don't care, really, to be honest. They have, 2 buys left. Herbie is just incredible. He has 1 buy left, but I've done it the whole buy period. I'm happy to get off a player a week early than a week late, and it hasn't burnt me too much as of yet, and obviously that can change in a heartbeat, but like all the Eels boys I got off a week earlier than most people, like Kartonga, Iongi, Riley Smith, and yeah, they had potential to make another 50k or so, but to me, it's worth the points over the money, and I don't need the money to get to my final team now. So I'm more than happy to risk losing 50k on Duncan or 50k of potential gains in order to get a keeper in earlier, and then hopefully get a points boost next week, because Duncan's not playing. If he was playing, different story. I'd probably look to go like a Cook out or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm more than happy to go off. I think the only one that's burnt me really is Sandon Smith, and I think maybe he made another 100k or something. But cash generation is so easy this year. Obviously, we're sort of phasing out of the cash gen phase, but yeah, I'm in a really good spot is what I'm trying to say at the end of the day. Yeah, couldn't be happy with how the buy period went, to be honest. Obviously, there were a few 50-50s that didn't go my way, but for the most part, I've come out of it lucky and good preparation. So it's a bit of both. I'm not going to say I'm the best buy planner in the world. It takes a lot of luck. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are in better positions than me. I'm just happy with where my team's at the moment. We'll look over here. Yeah, average trades 2.9, so slightly above par, but yeah, I don't know what people's team construction is like how many trades it's going to take to get to their final team. People might be relying on those 8 trades to come in. I think it's before round 20, is it not? I'll probably have to look into that, but it shouldn't affect me too much. Yeah, 12.9% of people got stuck with Jack Bird, so where there's smoke, there's fire, and yeah, he was ruled out. We kind of knew, or I don't know, he was named in the 24-hour updates, which is so weird, but teams do it all the time, and yeah, he still missed when he was rumoured to be out on Thursday or Friday, so 12.9% of the top 1,000 teams burned a trade there. Don't know if you keep him or trade him now. It's probably up to you, probably up to your team construction, but yeah, Fiketti was 35% picked up in the end, which is pretty crazy, and he played 80 minutes, and a lot of that was in the mid, so that worked out well. It pretty much confirms Egan Butcher's the preferred edge for Siwa Wong, which isn't great, but he played way more minutes than Steep. He played 80, and I reckon like 30 of those were in the middle. So yeah, really good outcome for Fiketti, guys who traded in Fiketti, and yeah, we'll see how it goes moving forward. Just going to refresh this to see if it's updated, but we'll get into the games. Yeah, so updates still haven't come in. Fingers crossed. What's his name? Ethan King got his try assist in the end, but yeah, I'm sure I'm the only one in the world with him. But yeah, Roosters struggled a bit in this one. Tigers were really good. They got up to 20-0. It could have been 26-0 if Adam Dewey made the pass to the winger, but I think it was Charlie Staines. But it just went behind him, and then Roosters came back a little bit, but Tigers were resilient. It was 20-0, then Benji got a bit relaxed and took Terrell May off in the 31st minute, and then it got back to 20-10 straight away. And what I did like to see from Benji is he brought on Terrell May at halftime, which is pretty bold, but there was clearly a shift in momentum, and then yeah, the Tigers got it back from there, and I think that's a really good play from a coach. It's obviously tough to justify burning a interchange at halftime, but yeah, it worked out well, and he probably won't be taking Terrell May off in the first half again. Mark Nwanga 75, and yeah, 2 outrageous tries where he had no... He shouldn't have scored him. He's just a freak. He also hurdled a guy from his own in goal. Like he is insane. Like every game, he has a play or two that look incredible. And yeah, 13 tackle breaks with only 120 meters gained probably tells you all you need to know. I think his second try had 5 tackle breaks. His first had 3 or 4, and they were just like pretty much starting from a standstill. He's a freak. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's just insane. I still don't think he's a keeper, but yeah, obviously if he's going to score like this, he will be. But it remains to be seen. I don't know. I think Billy Smith is only out for a week. They're hoping. So I don't know if you'd rather him in centres or wing, but either way, he's producing monster scores and he's just scoring a try every week. They could have gone to him more. Teddy didn't like passing it to him, apparently. He kept cutting him out. And then, yeah, they went to him late when they needed points and he did his thing. Nafahu White with 74 in 74 minutes. So, yeah, he was one of the main benefactors from the lack of minutes, like with Victor Radley being out, Collins being out, Watson being out. And yeah, he was incredible. 70 in base is just unheard of, with only 1 missed tackle, 1 error, 1 penalty. But yeah, just insane performance from him. Didn't even have an offload, only 1 tackle break. So yeah, really good. I don't know if you keep him now for the next couple of weeks. Again, like I'm one who likes to get off players early. You knew he was going to be better this round. Radley's probably back next week now. He's seeing a specialist, same as Sam Walker. But yeah, just incredible performance. Teddy was on about 9 with 25 or 30 minutes to go and then just like ballooned out of nowhere. I wasn't concerned about him because I think like 90% of people have him. So there was too much going on in this game. Like I think I had 5 players. I was fading guys like Nwanganitawase and Savala. So yeah, I couldn't keep up. I wasn't watching Tedesco or May. But yeah, he really did well late. Like I said, I think he'll get the line break for the try. I've never seen that not given, so I don't know what was going on. And I think Nwanganitawase updates a little bit as well because he had an offload and a tackle break late, and I don't think he got either. So it looked like the scorers clocked off with 2 minutes to go. So yeah, you can probably expect a few updates. I think Nwanganitawase gets up to 80 or so, which will be nice for owners. Yeah, Teddy was good late in that one, but just not enough in the tank in the end. Hugo Savala with a 46, so really weird. He had a turnover tackle early that looked like a turnover tackle, and then so he had 2 turnover tackles, and then he lost one after like 60 minutes. I think he got it in the first 5 minutes and then lost it around the 60-minute mark. So don't know what's going on there. I assume he's not getting it back now, but it looked like a turnover tackle, so unlucky for owners, but a 46 is fine. He was on 30 at halftime, I think, with a try assist. Also, was there a try in the second half as well? Yeah, that's weird. So I guess it was on 26 at halftime if he lost the turnover tackle. But yeah, it was only a 10-point try. He just does everything. Like 400 kick meters is good. Tackle count was a bit lower today, but you know that's going to be stronger. So yeah, you can probably keep him for the next couple of weeks if you want to. I'm not mad that I got off him, like since Latu outscored him. But yeah, unless there's a clear upgrade on the board, you can probably just hold him for now. Tom Rodwell was probably the one I should have got in the end, the cash down, because they were both 230k. But yeah, obviously, I think Ethan King had a better ceiling and better floor being in the centres. But Rodwell was really good. 45 without a try is incredible. 2 line breaks, a try assist, 3 tackle breaks, 215 metres. I think that was not his debut. No, it was his debut, sorry. And yeah, really good stuff. It was cool to see him do well. Fiketti with a 45, so yeah, really good for owners. The 80 minutes is the best part of that, but that's obviously not going to continue with Rad's back. Yeah, the base was really strong. He just didn't do a lot else. But yeah, I think you'll take a 45 there. In 80 minutes, you'd probably look for a bit of a better score. His PPM in low minutes was only 0.8 though, so I guess that would put him at a 64. And with higher minutes, yeah, you probably would have expected a 55 to 60, but you're not going to complain with a 45 there. Have update? No. I thought it was 46. Yeah, 45 is good there. Ethan King with a 28. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on earth with him, so don't worry about that. Egan Butcher with a 26. Not great. He did have a concussion. I thought he was going to be ruled out, but no, he got a Cat 2 and passed that one. So yeah, not a great score, but at least he came back on. I don't know. Weird. It was a weird game for Roosters forwards. Blake Steep, absolutely nightmarish. 22 and 45 minutes for a guy who goes above a point per minute. Firstly, that's terrible PBM. Secondly, why is he only playing 45? He's played less minutes in this one than he usually does, or has done the last month or so, without Radley in the team, without Collins. What are they doing? Like, Fiketti's playing 80, and he was great. And like Nafahu White playing 74, who was also great. But I guess Blake Steep was just the one who didn't do well. But yeah, super disappointing for owners there. And I'm sorry, I did advocate for him. I did think he was the best out of... Actually, I think I said Steep's the best, Egan Butcher's the second best, and Fiketti's the third best. So apologies there because it's going in the opposite order. I'm not always going to get everything right. I wanted Steep in my team desperately. I just had too many edges. And I was even considering it if Jed Stewart did well, and I was going to take him over Talis Duncan. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm telling you the guys to get these guys if I don't think they're going to score well. It was just an outlier game. But, yeah, apologies. I don't like getting calls wrong, especially if I don't put my money where my mouth is. But, yeah, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully he's better from now on. I probably wouldn't sell him if you bought him in this week just because I think he will be better moving forward. I don't think Radley comes back into a big minute role, but hopefully Blake Steve's better moving forward. Over to the Tigers side. So Terrell May with 73 and 71 minutes. Just, he's a unit. He keeps going. Not much needs to be said about that. Samuel Fainu with a 68 is incredible. 2 try saves. Well, I did talk about this guy as a bit of a differential to Talis Duncan at a cheaper price point, and he's been pretty good. I think obviously Talis Duncan has been incredible the last couple of weeks, and I think Fainu's been getting 45-ish most weeks, but this one's better. He outscored Talis Duncan. yeah, it was probably a bit late to get him in this week or anything, but if you did, well done. It was cool. All the Fainu brothers scored a try in this one, which is crazy. It's probably the first time ever all three have scored, like three brothers have scored a try, unless I guess Ben, Jake and Tom did it, but I can't remember a time where that's happened. Latu Fainu with 64 is just crazy. And yeah, obviously I was rooting for Fainu over Hugo Savala. And in the first half, Savala knocks the ball on into Latu's lap pretty much, and then he runs away for a 50-plus metre try. So that was an awesome swing to see. They were pretty much going toe-to-toe, but then late, Latu Fainu had like a try save, 3 turnover tackles. So yeah, just crazy performance. 5 missed tackles isn't great, but I mean, it was that sort of game that opened up late because everyone was just trying to attack. Obviously 58 points in the game, but yeah, the Roosters were coming late. So 64, incredible from him. Only 50% of people have him. I don't know if you can justify picking him up now. If you don't, especially if you have low trades, I probably wouldn't. And I don't know what Benji's going to do. Him and Dewey looked incredible together. They obviously got their first win in 6-7 weeks. Maybe Luai doesn't fly to New Zealand now, just give him the week off after Origin. That would make the most sense to me for this week. You can't change the team after a win, but obviously Luai's one of their best guys, so I don't know what happens there. I would probably lean towards that happening this week, but then moving forward, who knows? I think Adam Dewey still is the most likely to move back to centres because that's another natural position for him. Obviously, Luai can't move anywhere. Latu could move back to the bench, but yeah, I don't see it happening. So I'd say Latu holds that spot, but yeah, I don't know if you can justify bringing him in now. Tristan Hope with a 59 in 65 minutes. So the minutes about where I thought. I was pretty jealous of people who were able to bring him in. I said if you have Jazz, he plays in the later game, so I'd take the risk on going down a cash down to Tristan Hope because I thought he would score 35, 40, 45, and he outperformed that. If you got off Jazz and went with Hope, then you're laughing because that's a huge turnaround. He just looked awesome. 41 tackles, only 23 metres gained is a bit surprising because he was running the ball a little bit and just looked really, really good. Got a try assist, try save, yeah, a bit of everything. I know there's 1 or 2 of you guys in the comments that did get him, so well done to you. I'm so jealous. But obviously my team did pretty well anyway, but yeah, awesome score from him. Adam Dewey, so yeah, I think the centres actually did well in the end, most of them. Obviously we're all stressing about who to get, but him, Sasangi, Nwanganituase, Tommy's not a centre, but yeah, a lot of them did well in the end. Obviously it was the more expensive guys that did well, but yeah, really, really good. I'm so happy I got him in. 7 goals is way more than I thought. He got a couple of penalties as well. Try assist, 15 tackles, dominated the kick meters. Just yeah, a bit of everything from him. It was such a weird performance. So it doesn't show the forced dropouts here, but he got 2 forced dropouts from the same play. So obviously, if you're the one who kicks it into the end goal, you get the forced dropout. But if they like escape the end goal and then you're the tackler, you get the forced dropout. But he did both, and he got 2 forced dropouts for it. So I assume he's going to lose 2 points there. I've never seen that happen. It's never happened to one of the fantasy guys I own, so I don't pay too much attention to it. But surely that's not how it works, right? And also, in the first 5 minutes, he was taking the line dropout and it didn't go to 10, so he got an error for that, which I don't know, is that also a rule? That's crazy. I don't like having guys who do the kickoffs and stuff who don't goal kick, like Reece Walsh is a good example of that, because you can only lose points if you kick it out on the full or stuff like that, and I guess that's a rule for line dropouts now as well. So 2 things happen for Adam Dewey that I've never seen before. But yeah, they'll even out. It doesn't matter. It's just funny. And yeah, he just found so many ways to score. I knew it was going to be a fun one getting him in. And obviously a 57 is awesome. I didn't expect that, even though he averages 60. They were massive underdogs, so I would have taken anything 40 plus really. And 57's awesome. And yeah, he might stay in my team for a couple of weeks, but I still do have a plan to get him out soon, as soon as he moves back to the centres really. Sione Fainu, so yeah, he was the 3rd Fainu brother to score a try, which is cool. Stafford Toa, he did look pretty injured in the last 15, 20 minutes, but he stayed out there, but not many people have him now anymore. Tony Suka with a 32, played 80 minutes for Jack Bird, and yeah, didn't perform too well in fantasy. That's about it from that game. Update's still not in. I'm going to leave that tab open just in case. Over to the last game, and yeah, Manly were way too good here. The only saving grace was Talis Duncan on the Rabbitohs side, who got 2 tries in 3 minutes again. So just crazy stuff from him. But yeah, the Manly boys look good. Tommy Turbo took it out with a 64. 28 tackles in centre is really good. We did see Garrick have a few of these games in the mid-20s on that right-hand centre. So maybe that is just a theme. 28 tackles is awesome. 2 tries, 2 line breaks, obviously, with the tries. Yeah, he looked really good. And any game he makes it through without an injury, you're happy, especially if he's scoring like that. So that's a 49 and 64 now. I don't know. I don't think he's a keeper. Maybe I should have just taken the risk on him getting there. But yeah, I'm happy with my team setup anyway. But I am a little bit jealous now of Tommy. Because, yeah, I'm not going to get him in. And if he keeps scoring like this, it's going to be a tough one to miss out on at 400k. But he's quite heavily owned now. So hopefully he does well for you guys. Although secretly, hopefully not. Ruben Garrick with a 55. So, yeah, I didn't actually care how he scored, but it was nice to see him do well with a double. I think he's 85, 90% owned, but he's coming out of my team next week anyway. Yeah, I guess he made a bit more money, which is good. Yeah, I don't like him on the left-hand wing, but if he keeps scoring tries, he'll do well. Cherry Evans with the 53. So, yeah, he did the worst out of the keeper halves for this week, but Jerome Hughes only beat him by 2, Fogarty only by 12. So they all did their job, really. Kick meters back to good this week. I think Brooks had more of an even split last week, but yeah, this is good. So NRL Physio just came out. Brandon Smith with 6 to 8 weeks in his first game back. That is terrible. Yeah, I was going to talk about that later, but 6 to 8 weeks in his first game back, and he was so excited. Obviously Brandon Smith is a bit, yeah, on the nose. Some people like him, some people don't, but you never want to see injuries. And yeah, in his first game back, apparently he was so nervous he forgot his boots as well. And then, yeah, not a great way to go out with 5 minutes left, but yeah, hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Yeah, not bad from Cherry Evans, but probably not as well as you would have liked if you did bring him in over the bye period. Jakey Turbo with 39 and 71 minutes, so the minutes are good, but the score is just not there. Jazz Tabunga with a 33 and 57 minutes. Yeah, you don't like him playing hooker at the start of the games. It doesn't work out too well for him historically, and yeah, hasn't worked out the last couple of weeks. I think that's back-to-back mid-30s. I think he downdates as well. He clearly had 4 missed tackles. They weren't even debatable, so I would expect him to lose a couple of points there. But yeah, he just doesn't get the runs. He doesn't offload, tackle breaks, stuff like that. So you can easily get rid of him now on the bye. He's done his job throughout the bye period. He was a frustrating watch not owning, but the last couple of weeks he's come down to earth really. But yeah, that's one of the more simple sells this week for sure. Benny Turbo back to 22. He's so up and down, isn't he? Over to the Bunny side. So yeah, Talis Duncan continues to be a beast on 10 after 50 minutes or so, and then back-to-back tries, 7 tackle breaks. I would expect that to drop by 1 or 2 because I think they gave him 4 for his second try, and it was pretty clearly 3. So we'll see what happens there, but I'll take a 54 or whatever it ends up being in that sort of game when he was on 10. So yeah, awesome stuff. He is on the chopping block for me this week just because of the bye. A lot of people will be keeping him. A lot of you guys only bought him in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, I mean, I have the cash in the bank to go up to Cleary or Herbie, so I'll be doing that, I think. Kalamatangi back to 80 minutes this week. 53 isn't terrible. It's a bit lower than you'd expect, but just wasn't his sort of game. Yeah, I guess if the Bunnies are getting blown out like that, he's probably not going to score well, but he still played 80, although I do think they had 2 injuries. I don't know how serious they were. I think it was LeBlanc and someone else in the end, but yeah, I don't know if he probably isn't going to play 80 in most blowouts, but he did in this one, so that's fine. Jamie Humphries with a 49, so yeah, it's a good score, but in the Latrell-less games, you'd want him to score better. You need him to score 55, 60 if you did take that gamble. He also missed both his goals and then lost the goal kicking to Isaiah Tass, which has got to hurt. So yeah, you can probably sell him now if you did pick him up. He got a 47 and 49 without Latrell, I think, so a little bit lower than you'd expect. And yeah, I thought he was a really good kicker early in the season. Now he's splitting them with Jack White and just crazy stuff. Lockie Hubner with a better points per minute this game, but now the minutes are down. So yeah, 37 tackles for 34. That's what we've come to expect with him the last couple of weeks. I think it shows that he was overperforming to start the year. So lucky enough for us that did own him, but if you've held on to them this long, it hasn't worked out well for you. Especially, I know someone in the comments said they didn't do Talis Duncan, didn't do Hubner to Talis Duncan, so that has got to hurt as well. So hopefully you've had better trades elsewhere, because, I mean, there was nothing wrong with the process. Talis Duncan was a risky pick. Hubner was a number, so yeah, I don't blame you for not doing it, but yeah, brutal swing there. That's about it from that game. Yeah, Lewis Dodd is just... Wayne Bennett said he isn't like against Lewis Dodd or whatever. Obviously, you're going to say that about your players, but to then move Talis Duncan, who had the game of his life last week at edge, and then move him to centres just so you don't have to play Dodd, just crazy stuff. Updates still not in. They've been so slow this week. Yeah, we'll see. Just rooting for Ethan King to get that try assist, but it shouldn't matter either way. But yeah, hopefully you guys came out of that round well. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you had massive overall rank increases. Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys struggled as well, but hopefully not. Hopefully you planned well and managed to avoid a lot of that chaos. But yeah, it was a tough round. Round 19 doesn't look as daunting now, because a lot of the mid-rangers or slightly less than keepers are on the chopping block, and since they had buys, so yeah, you should be able to navigate navigate your way well. If you do have a few trades in the bank. But yeah, as we see, there's a few teams that are running very thin. So hopefully you guys aren't one of them, but let us know if you have like 0 or 1 trades and where you're ranked. So good luck, guys. Let us know how you went this week, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow or Tuesday for another video.